So this is my audience. They're on FaceTime with me. And this is my informative speech. So by show of hands, how many of you here watched the Olympics? How many of you watched the men's marathon? Most people do not know the 1904 Olympic Marathon, which is one of the most interesting and confusing Olympic races ever. It had the lowest number of participation, and it was the first time the U.S. held the Olympics, and they used gold medals for the first time too. It was a very enthralling moment in Olympic marathon history. I'm credible to speak on this because I found facts from reputable websites and stories online from people that were there. First, I will speak on the Olympic marathon history. So, the origin of the marathon was inspired by Greek messenger Phidippides in 490 BC in Athens, according to History.com. Phidippides ran 40 kilometers, or about 26 miles, to deliver news of the Persian defeat in the Battle of Marathon, according to History.com. The first Olympic marathon race was held in Athens in 1886, according to Statista.com. It was held in America for the first time in 1904, according to Statista.com. Which brings me to talk about the 1904 Men's Olympic Marathon. It was held in St. Louis, but it was originally supposed to be in Chicago, but people argued for it to be in St. Louis because of the celebration of the centennial of the Louisiana Purchase, according to Britannica.com. St. Louis was a hard place to travel at this time, and not many people or countries showed up. There were about 650 competitors from a total of 12 countries, and less than 100 of those competitors were from a country outside of the United States, according to Britannica.com. This Olympics were very scandalous. They held what they called Anthropology Days, which was a group of, quote, savages recruited from the various international villages, and they competed in a variety of athletic feats. Among them were grease pole climb, ethnic dancing, and mudslinging, just for the amusement of Caucasian spectators, according to Smithsonian.com. The men's marathon was almost abolished for good because of the many odd occurrences, according to Smithsonian.com. And now I'll explain what happened in this bizarre race. So, the race itself was during very harsh conditions. It was 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and they only got one water break. And 18 of 32 competitors quit because of exhaustion, according to APnews.com. The race was on a dirt road with lots of steep hills, and the few competitors, among them were Felix Carbajal. He stopped short in the race because of stomach cramps due to snacking on rotten apples, according to APnews.com. Another was South African runner Len Tau because he was chased out the course by a pack of wild dogs, according to APnews.com. Another runner stopped running because he had stomach bleeding and he almost died, but he didn't because there were doctors on the scene, according to APnews.com. And a famous runner was Fred Lors, and he technically crossed the finish line first, but he was disqualified because eyewitnesses saw him riding in a car for a few miles instead of running the entire race, according to AP News. The real winner was Thomas Hicks. Hicks crossed the finish line after 3 hours, 28 minutes, and 53 seconds. When he got to the end, he was hallucinating and could barely walk, and his assistants and athletic trainers had to carry him across the finish line. He was hallucinating because throughout the entire race, he was given brandy and eggs, and his assistants would give him doses of the toxic stimulant strychnine, according to AP News. So in conclusion, the marathon started out to honor the ancient messenger Phidippides, but in 1904, the Olympics and the men's marathon was very controversial and bizarre. With as low as an attendance there was for this race, it really made headlines, And hopefully people have learned from the 1904 Men's Olympic Marathon and never repeat it.